Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Naval Action. So today it's going to be some serious talk, I think. And that is partially due to how the servers work. So there's been a lot of discussion regarding this. And a lot of people. So, as some of you are aware, at prime time PvP 1 EU is full. Always. And there's a waiting queue. So the devs have more servers set up so that people can join them. The problem is not everybody's joining. So my suggestion regarding that is if you're a new player, you should join either PvP 1, or I mean PvP 2 USA if you're a United States player, or PvP 3 if you're a EU player. And start off there because you have nothing to lose from starting off there compared to like someone like me who has connections and all that already in PvP 1. I play a PvP 1 because of all the old guys I know and all that. But as a new player you would have none of that. So that's my recommendation. I'm not going to force you to. If you have friends in PvP 1, you should go for it. You shouldn't go join PvP 1 just the chance to play with me, because chances are you won't be able to. Because of just how many people there are. So, now you might ask, why can't they just up the server limit? Well, they can do it to a certain extent. But important to note, to a certain extent. There's several limitations to just infinitely expanding. First of all, which is something not a lot of people realize, is hardware limitations. 2,000 people on the server. As far as I know, that's the most I've ever seen on any server. Eve handles it by having many different servers. Elite Dangerous uses instances. I don't know how Star Citizen does it. World of Tanks, War Thunder, they're all also different instances. But Naval Action, it's all on one world. No different instances. And I'll get to that instance thing later. Don't worry about it. So, hardware limitation is just 3000 is the max theoretical limit. In practice we'll probably see lower, although we can't say for sure without testing, and that's what the devs are doing. They're testing to see what the max server limitations are. But of course, before this we haven't really had a proper stress test on the server, so and I got pretty much abandoned by my team. That's a problem. Sorry. Shit. Oops. I'll be right back. I don't know. I need to have my notes on, which I accidentally removed. I don't know if that messed up the recording, but I hope not. So either way. So hardware limitation, that's why. But then you might ask, why not have everything synced up across the servers? So if you have something in server 1, you have the exact same thing in server 2. Which is not a bad idea in, say, an MMO. Most types of MMO where there's no such thing as port battles and PvP and blockades. Since what can be done is, say you are on PvP 1 mainly and you want to attack a port. However, the enemy is blockading your port so that you can't exit with the flag. What you could do is you could log off. This is if that system was in place. You would log off, log into PvP 1, 2, 3, for example, and then it would you would just circumvent the blockade entirely, which is not something you want. I'm probably going to die here, but fuck it. No, don't go. Tack. We need to make sure he goes to my port side. No, don't go to my starboard side. It just fired. Shit. The ramming master. Ah boy, that's not good. That's not what I wanted at all. Also, I've pretty much been abandoned by my team, I realize that. But fuck it, I don't care about the durabilities on this thing. I like it, but it's not good. But yeah, so yeah, you could, let's go back to the surfing suggestion. So that could just be circumvented. Which means port battles are pointless pretty much. You can't do effective blockades or anything since they just jump onto another server. So well done. Yeah, that's a problem. And another issue is, especially now, you'd have to merge the databases. And from what I understand, merging databases is a time-consuming, difficult process, which I don't think the devs want to go through. So doing it now would probably involve a wipe, which most of the people don't want. So there's that. And let's see, next thing. What about having different regions per server? So say one server is EU and another is the Caribbean, like actual map. So like now we're in the Caribbean. You have another server which has the map of say Europe. Well, again, that has another set of problems. It would work for a while, and that's how Eve does it. But what when EU, say the Caribbean is full and say 50 people want to move from Europe to the Caribbean for whatever reason, for say a port pal or something? They wouldn't be allowed to be on. You would have the exact same problem. I need to get out of here. So that's not something that can be done. So what solution is there? Well, what the devs have done. Just separate servers. Well, of course the problem is people don't want it. People want to go to PvP1 because it's full. And that's something which needs to change. I seriously got left by my team. I have no faith in this team. They said they had the wind and then they go out to lose it. Of course it's not all their fault. It's also my fault for not sticking with them because I'm a stubborn little bastard. And I don't care about the durability, there's that as well. Like I still have 3 durabilities on this ship which I'll probably almost never sail anymore. I'll probably sail it once to make a video. But there's that. So then so different regions per server it's not gonna solve anything. So what the devs have done now is the best solution, I gather. The problem is getting people to move to the other servers, and that's the hard part. What the devs did was yesterday they created PvP3 and they put the server from PvP1, the database, into PvP3. Still, there's too many people in PvP1, and that's an actual problem. There needs to be some way to discourage people from joining PvP1. But you can't ban the creation of like accounts either, because imagine I have a friend who just got to the game and I play on PvP1 because of my ties. I know a lot of people. I hate a lot of people. Well, hate is a strong word. I dislike some people, but mostly I like most people on PvP1. I have the clans, so I have like Steel. I have people from other nation, Toms, I don't mind him, and the Poochu, and some of the Dorns Rakers, and the British. Some of them I don't mind, some of them I do mind, but that's a different discussion, which is something I won't discuss here. I'm gonna sink here, without a doubt. I should have stuck to my team. I got him what not to do. And I know some guys from the TDA, which like I recognize them. So I don't want to lose that. But if you're a new player, you know, you should join one of the other servers simply for both our like, you won't lose anything, and you can use it to your advantage. Make a clan there, become the dominant clan, become the dominant nation. You can't do that in this server because there's already many big clans. So, you know, I might be able to still escape from this. The Niagara is a fast ship. So you can use this as an opportunity to create the best clan on the server. Like, and it's an advantage for both, because one, if you go to PvP 2 or 3, you won't have as long waiting times when at peak times. You won't have to worry exactly about being ganked by experienced players, because pretty much all of them are new there. But the wait time, I think, is the biggest advantage for going for one of those servers. Yeah, I have no chance here. This is partly my fault. What annoys me most is that the team said we have the win, and then they go out and immediately lose it. That's what annoys me, but I'll admit it's partially my fault for staying in the back. It's also partially the team's fault for leaving me. So I'm not gonna complain too much, even though I'm complaining right now, but so, regarding the servers, really, I know I don't like saying this, and I know a lot of people don't want to do this, but really more people need to join the other servers. Like, if you previously played PvP 1 and you have no connections or whatever, you could join PvP 3 and have minimal losses, since yesterday's server is PvP 3 is a copy of PvP 1 from yesterday. It's not a bad thing. I think it's good for everyone, but I understand if you don't want to move. Like, if you have friends or whatever, I don't want to move either. I've got the entire clan which I'm part of. I've got people I know, Baltic for example, like, and of course we have our rivalries. But if you're new, honestly, if I was new, I'd go for PvP 2 or PvP 3 simply due to their not having to wait for the server, like, when it's full. And there's enough people to go around. Like, we may do with like 100 people online at times. Like, we would have PvP fights at times, and you can try and organize events. Like, we had of course the Trafalgar, which we had weekly. I don't know if that will be going on, but I'll be doing a Trafalgar video still, because tradition. Which you could organize PvP events unless you're on the PvE servers, of course, in which case it won't work. You know what I could do? I'm gonna have to... I don't think I'll be able to. Maybe. Come on, slow down, slow down. Slow down, you stupid cutter. Yes. Yes. Okay, let's stop. I'm gonna sink, there's no doubt about that. But if I can... Come on, please, no, don't use stupid cutter. You're too smart. Is he, however? Yeah, he is. Oh well, I'm not gonna complain, it's all my fault. Yeah, I just wanted to have at least a quick talk about that, since I know it's a pain. I know people want as many people as possible on PvP 1, but the fact of the matter is the server is already practically full. We really shouldn't be trying to get more people on PvP 1. We should be trying to get more people off PvP 1. Because it's full. Like, I can deal with it, but a lot of people can't deal with waiting, say, an hour to log in. And of course, the devs are working on tools to fix it, to help, but it's not gonna fully fix it. Like, they're gonna implement an AFK timer, which will help, but at a certain point, you know, it'll still be a full server. So there will still be wait times. Okay, let's leave this part. I got an alright amount of cash. And let's see, what else? So that's of course not in. So really, what's it called? The extra servers are needed, because otherwise things you won't be able to. Let's take out my servers again and set sail. I'm also almost ranked up, so I can almost crew. Ooh, contraband. Ooh, I don't think I'll be able. Nah, I won't be able to catch her. Ah, and I've got this bug again. This is an annoying bug. Like 1907 people now. Limit is currently at 2200. I'll see if I can catch her. I hope I can, because there's contraband goods, which means goods to trade or for crafting, etc. I think she's too fast. But then again, she'll be probably turning towards Wilhelmstad. Let's see if we can catch this trader. But I hope you guys understand where I'm on this. Like, I'd love, which reminds me of another point. Like, I'd love plenty of people. However, at a certain point, even if they could increase the people infinitely, say you're 20,000 people, how crowded would the seas be? Well, of course, certain areas like in the middle here will be pretty quiet, but like Wilhelmstad would be crowded. You'd be getting like 1 FPS. Same with Fort Royal or Gustavia or Christiansted or La Habana or Kingstown or Kingston, because Kingstown is here. So it's a bit out of, even if they could theoretically increase the server count, at a certain point you'd want to stop, because otherwise the servers just get too crowded. And some people are missing the point, which is the reason why I'm making this video. Some people understand these arguments, some people are missing the point of these arguments completely. Like, it's not about not including other players, it's out of necessity that, please be a trader, please no. I'm not gonna bother chasing that trader anymore. But it's out of necessity, since the servers can't support more than 3,000 people theoretically, due to hardware limitations and software limitations. So the other solution is more servers, and they can't be synced. Maybe PvE servers, but we only have one PvE server till now, and it isn't full. So, but they can't be synced because of port battle reasons and PvP reasons. So the devs have the best solution. They've implemented the solution, and now it's up to the player base to make sure that that solution works. It's our job, which is why... Oh, it fixed itself. It probably tied to the chat somehow. Let's see. No? What if I do? Either way. Which is why from now on I'm not gonna recommend PvP 1 to anyone. And it's not because I don't want to play with you. Because I don't mind that at all. It's because if everyone plays PvP 1, it might be hard to play. And of course I don't want to quit this clan with 183 players with people I've played with since, say, open world started. I recognize some people from before open world, from like Sea Trials 1. I do see them recognize, like sometimes I take a look at my older videos and see if I can recognize some people. But of course, you know, I've been with this game a long time, and I know it might sound elitist of me and such, but you generally want to play with people you know or recognize and friends. And if you don't have them, or if you're a small group of friends which aren't part of a clan or anything, PvP 2 or PvP 3 might just be the place you go to start a great clan. Or maybe you'll just stay a great group of friends who play and not create a big clan or anything. But competing with the large clans here is impossible. Like, we have well established clans in every nation. Like the Swedish have IKEA, the Danish have... I actually don't know the Danish one. The Americans have Tattered Flags and TDA. The Dutch have the Dutch Antilles Squadron. The French have the... I don't know what it's called. The English have the SLRN. And they're the big clans, and there's no way for any new clan to really compete with that. If they want to become a big clan, let's put that. If they don't want to become a big clan, fair enough. But personally, like, I don't understand why people are trying to get everybody on PvP 1, when that's the opposite of what we should go for now. In an ideal world, and I realize I'm saying ideal world, the load across all 3 PvP servers would be the same. But that's in an ideal world. And I suspect PvP 1 will always be the most flooded one. However, if Game Labs does the smart thing and not install more servers, with any luck, in the coming weeks things will kind of spread out. And my recommendation to all the new players is choose PvP 1, or nope, don't do that. Is you choose PvP 2 or 3 or PvE if that's your thing. But that's just my recommendation. I don't hold a lot of authority or anything. I'm not going to stop you from joining PvP 1, but if you're joining PvP 1 and you're a new player, be warned, prime time, so around between 6 PM CET and 10 PM CET, expect the server to be full and anywhere between 10 minutes to 2 hours of waiting time. So I've warned you, the waiting times can be long or short, it depends. Which is why if you're USA based, choose PvP 2 USA. If you're EU based, choose PvP 3 EU Mirror. And if you're none of those, choose whatever has the lowest ping of the two. That's my recommendations. I'm gonna make this extremely clear. No one is forced to listen. If you really want to go PvP 1, go for it. This is all my opinion. Well, most of it. Some is fact, like the admins have stated themselves. 3000 is the max theoretical limit. 2200 is what it is now. We don't know if it'll hit 3000 because we've never tested 3000 people. And so the devs are slowly increasing until they find a spot where the servers can't handle more, and then I suspect they like lower it a bit. Just like you do with overclocking. Go until it's unstable. When it's unstable, you either lower it a bit or you increase the voltage. In this case, they can't increase the hardware, so they have to lower the people limit. But it's all gonna rely on what the people do. And hopefully it's spread all across the servers. But if you're in a clan in PvP1, or if you know people from PvP1 which aren't moving because of clan or whatever, I understand. I understand completely. It might sound selfish of me to say that people should move to the other servers. I agree. You might ask why I don't move, and it's because of the clans and such. And it's just, I think all the veterans are staying on PvP1 because that's where all the veterans are. The only way to get the veterans to move out of PvP1 is to get all the veterans to move out of PvP1. And that's not the easiest task, because the veterans, like, I recognize some name like Ink, Nordica, like, I'm just saying random names, but I recognize them. If I were to be in a fight, I'd recognize them, I'd say hello. If they didn't say hello back, I'd be a bit disappointed, but it's understandable, there's a lot of people. But I think it would be the best for all the servers if just the new players didn't go PvP1. But that's just my opinion. A lot of people are probably going to disagree. US time, it is as well. Actually, I think it's quite crowded even on US time. Like mornings, Europe time, so Australian prime time, I guess. It's not too busy. And when EU is at work and US are sleeping. But when you start getting into prime time, like now, it's I think around 5 o'clock, we're at 2,000 people. The limit is 2,200 currently. It's not sustainable. But people can say just up the server player count. It's only possible to a certain extent. I'm starting to go in circles now, so I think it's time to end this episode. So, too long didn't watch will be in the description. But in a nutshell, if you're new, PvP1 is almost always full. Is full on prime time. So go PvP2 or PvP3 if you don't want that. If you're with friends, if you're just with a small group of friends, think about migrating to PvP2 or PvP3, especially PvP3 since all the data from yesterday is mirrored. Or, if you're in a clan, or if you're in a large group of friends, which will be difficult to kind of migrate, just stay with PvP1, but don't come complaining about the wait times. It's something which you will have chosen. It's your decision, people. I've warned you. You can go PvP1, don't complain about the low wait times to get into the queue. Or you could go PvP2 or 3, have no wait times, not as many people, but still enough people. Like, a lot of people. If you watch my earlier videos, there's like 200, 100, 200 people, maybe 300. That's not a lot. But it was enough. Like, we would fill Trafalgar's. Especially the last Trafalgar before the wipe. There were two of them. One with frigates and one with ships of the line. Which is definitely not bad. Yes, I'm sailing the right direction. I'm sailing towards Cinemagica. So this game is perfectly playable with a small amount of players. Like, you'll form rivalries. Max is 50 people in a match anyways. So if there's 2,000 people or 200 people, they're not all gonna fit in a match. Or if they do, damn, I'm impressed. I would be seriously impressed. Like, what did you do? Did you kind of put them all in a like a compressor machine and compress everything into tiny little bits and bobs? Like there's not ships sailing around. There's just blocks of ships. And imagine the FPS. 200 people in one fight. Ugh. In 50 people in one fight. That's... You already suffer. And that's 50 people. Now imagine 200s. I would imagine even my rig would probably do 1 FPS. So, I'm gonna end the episode here. Don't worry. Like, you've seen a bit of the... You've seen a bit of action. You've seen a bit of boring part of open world is just sailing around. But the main part of the video isn't anything that's happened in it. It's just talking about the servers. But I'm gonna end the episode here with an announcement. I'll make its own video on someday. I can't guarantee when I'll start doing it. But I plan on doing a weekly or bi-weekly thing where I make a video. If you've seen Mingles with Jingles, you know what I'm gonna do. Where you can post your questions in that video. Any question, preferably tech, because that's my favorite. But any question like, what's my dog's name? Well, I don't have a dog. Any question is allowed. And I'll answer it if I find it appropriate. And I plan on starting doing such a series. If you've got name recommendations for it, feel free to give them, since I can't think of a name. And I hope after listening or watching to this video that you kind of understand GameLab's decision on having separate servers and why adding more capacity to server isn't feasible, both due to and why you can't have all the assets across the servers, why that's not feasible. I did talk a bit in circles, but that's because I just kind of spew out bullshit. In most cases. This time it isn't bullshit, for the most part. I think. I hope so. I hope most of it is accurate. But if something isn't accurate, just post in the comments and I'll see about fixing it. Of course, I've got it recorded now, so... There's that. What port is that? Let's take a look. That would probably be Kojoro, but I'll take a look anyways. So I have no clue how long this video is. But if you watch my videos, you should be used to the long videos. I've had a couple of people complain about the length of my beginner's guide. Ooh. I wonder, Trader Snow or... I'm going to go for that Trader Snow. Pickle. Brig! Trader's Brig. That's when I'm gonna end the episode. Trader's Brig. I'm gonna catch it. And I'm gonna sink it. That's the plan at least. So well... There's not much really to talk about. That's all I plan to... Unlike most other episodes, I actually plan to talk about something. Which I pretty much finished talking about now, so I kind of... Other things to talk about. I might actually go for the Trader Snow since it's slower. But then again, Trader's Brig doesn't have any escorts. But then again, Trader Snow escorts. Let's go for the Trader Snow. It's just a pickle and a privateer. But then again, Trader's... Let's go for the Trader Snow. Let's see if this has some awesome sweet loot. You wanna spawn in as close as possible. I might have fucked that up. Or maybe not, I don't know. From AI traders, you want to be downwind if they're square riggers, and if they're fore and aft riggers, like the Trader's Cutter and the Trader's Links, you want to be upwind. Let's see, where's that? Oh. Well, our trader's break joined in. I hope he has some nice loot. My English struggles sometimes. Oh, let's remember chain. We want to chain that bastard as quickly as possible. My stern cannons I'm just going to have ball because they're carronades. I want to turn to the left. Actually, it looks like I want to turn to the right. And due to me being in the Cerberus, I'm just going to ignore the other ships since they won't do much damage to me. Hopefully. And again, I apologize for being a long video. Like, people in my beginner's guide, like I said, complained. But long videos, it's my thing. Like, I enjoy watching long videos. And I'm doing this, I'm creating content which I either would have found useful, or which I would want to watch. Like, the beginner's guide is something I would watch if I was a beginner in this game. But for the longest time there wasn't a beginner's guide. There's perhaps a couple up now that early access is hit. But for like a month I had the only video, at least. Let's make it clear, video beginner's guide. And that's kind of... So I made it because there was none. Turned out quite popular, especially when early access hit, but you know, I made a video I wanted to watch, other people wanted to watch it. This video, it's not... Okay, I'd watch it. It's naval action. So, sometimes it's less of a problem now, but especially before there was a lack of naval action YouTubers. I don't know how the situation is like now, I haven't really looked. But like, I got into the game because of I think it was Jingles, or it might have been Side Strafe. I only watched Side Strafe because of naval action, and when he stopped making naval action videos, I was disappointed. But well, I want to watch naval action videos, so well, I don't watch my own videos. I'll admit that now. Parts of them at least, but not the entire thing. I already know what's gonna be happen in the video, and I'm the kind of guy that doesn't watch. Like, I'll watch a movie once, maybe twice, maybe 3 times if it's really good, like Master and Commander. But I won't watch the same movie like 10 times. And I won't watch my videos often either. Like, I think, in my opinion, I watch my own videos often enough. Okay, let's board this bugger. Let's board it. Come on, stop. I should have. I messed that up. Ramming master indeed. Although to be fair, I set it up so that he would ram me, but I'm gonna go to survival just to make sure I don't sink. That would be unfortunate. Let's see, I need to remember that he has lost quite a bit of sails. So I'll probably do an own tutorial video on this as well. I think I explained this as well in the beginner's guide, but preferably if you want to stop a trader, you want to shoot chain into them, and you want to try and push them into the wind. Okay, let's cut my own sails. Hopefully he sails towards me. Let's go into boarding. Excellent. Come on, pull in. Come on. I want your nice loot. Come on. Come on. No, 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 no. Come here, you little guy. Come on. And there's some mimes on the deck of the ship if you look down there. Isn't it cute? Mimes pretending that there's cannons on board the ship. Oh well, I got double the crew. Let's... Also, I noticed their AI has been chasing my friendly trader. He has a lot more preparation than me. I always tend to find that the AI has more preparation than me. It's a bit annoying. Ooh, that reminds me. Let's see. Grape. Gonna have some grape because I'm gonna rape him. I just said that, I know. Oh, he killed 2 people. Oh no, whatever shall I do? Just have to wait a bit for the preparation to get up. Meanwhile, he's gonna waste his preparation. Do something interesting so that I can ruin you. He didn't do anything. Boarding isn't that fun right now, but it's alright. Boom, counter. He kills 3, I kill 10. Worth it. Fire deck guns is very powerful, especially against ships which are smaller than you. But of course the reloading is pretty low. Of course, if the AI don't do much, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna do nothing. I'm gonna fire grenade. Okay, fire grenades wasn't as good as I hoped. And I even have Mastercraft grenades thing. That's disappointing. Well, I think I do. No, that was a poor choice. Let's do this. Yes, he doesn't. Oh, he did. I thought he didn't have enough preparation to do that, but he did. I'm slowly whittling his crew down. Very slowly. So slowly that at this rate it'll be 2017 before I'm done with this battle. I'm not good at boarding, don't judge. Well, you can judge me, but don't, please. I'm not good at boarding. I'm good enough to capture a ship which has half the amount of crew that I have. And also, it's going to take forever to capture those trader ships. Let's not do any. Well, actually, let's do that. Our guns are more powerful. There we go. We've got grape loaded as well. Musket volley. Oh, only 2 kills. It's more than what they're doing to me, so I'm not complaining. And then I'll also release a broadside of grape into him whenever the time comes. And then I need to chase those that bloody breakdown. Let's finish up with a fire. Okay, that didn't do anything. Ah, that did a bit more when he went to musket volley. And let's hope the bugger doesn't escape. And this is when you don't do anything, because if you do something you're just wasting preparation now. Because he's disengaging. He's 33 crew left. I'm gonna capture him and end the episode. Because watching me chase those ships for what I guess will be half an hour won't be interesting. Come on. Let's just go in reverse for a bit. And now we have to go through this again. Bloody traitor. Come on, come on. The Snow is a maneuverable ship. It's not fast, but damn is it maneuverable. And the same applies to the Trader Snow, obviously. They're both pretty much the same ship, except one has more cargo capacity than the other. And I'll probably end up selling this trader ship, since it's... I don't even have enough gold to fully fill up a trader cutter. I'm poor people. I'm able to craft Cerberuses though, but in terms of cash, I'm poor. I've spent it all on resources like iron, which is bloody expensive, gold, which you saw me earlier, hemp, smoke weed every day. I don't smoke weed every day. Or do I? I don't. I'm not that. I don't do much. That's what I do every day, not much. I lead a very interesting life. Okay, come on. I'm like an impatient little child. I want this ship now. Let's just kill a couple of crew. That is by the way not the best way to kill crew members off of an enemy ship. I'll do a border guide eventually. A poor one, but I'll eventually do a boarding guide which should explain how to properly decrew an enemy ship. And it's easier to do that tactic when you're in a smaller ship than the enemy. If you're in a larger ship than the enemy, you just go ham and board immediately since you have more crew anyways. Come on, tell me he's close enough. Tell me he's close enough. He isn't. He is. That might have helped him escape. Come on. Come on. I pressed the wrong button. Don't go too fast. Come on. Come on. You can do it. You can do it just a bit more. Just a bit more. Will I be able to get it? No, I won't. Yes, maybe. No, no. Yes, yes. Is he going too fast? I'm going too fast. Shit. Let's try this again. He's gonna end up going too fast. Or is he? Oh, oh. No! No! Come on. Come on. Yes. And then I still have to hunt down that other shit. Oh, that's gonna be a pain. Especially since I don't know where the enemy ships are. Let's see what their first move is. We'll do fire deck guns depending on what their move is and then attack. And then their morale should be 0. Or close enough and we'll just attack. It's not like they'll win now. And then I'll have myself a new trader stone. With hopefully some nice loot. There we go. We have 4 lucky survivors. Let's see. They're all the way over there. Okay. Well, I'm not going to make you suffer any longer. So thank you for watching. I hope you all understand my reasoning in everything. If not, I get it. I get it. I get why people don't want to move out of PvP 1. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.